Welcome to the DNI YouTube channel, where we're dedicated to adding value to real estate investors. Today, we're thrilled to bring you our latest interview edition featuring Ishmael, owner of Barlas Digital. We will dive into strategies for automated client acquisition systems for realtors and investors. So grab a pen and pencil and start taking those notes. Ishmael, it's great to have you here today.
I'm really excited, Ivy. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. So, Ishmael, let's go ahead and start with, what led you to pursue a career in real estate, marketing, and how long have you been in this?
Actually, if I tell my background, it will make more sense for everyone because I'm from Turkey originally, and back home I studied civil engineering. And I remember how I decided my civil engineering career. I was watching this flippers on TV, on American TVs we had, and that was like, okay, I need to do something about real estate because I really like it. There's like great margins, like people make a lot of money, and in those ages you feel like, okay, I need to do this. So that's how I basically got into real estate first. Then I came here after my graduation, and I go because I already have like some social media accounts going on in Turkey, and like I was kind of interested, even though I don't know the marketing part too much. I got education here. When I got educated, I was just trying to make some money on the side, and it was COVID, so only thing was online. So I started doing some online advertising, social media management type of jobs. Then it led to get my first full-time job on Welcome Home Realty, which is real estate brokerage here in Toronto. And then I started to realize more like real estate marketing world, and like I learned a lot there, and I get like good traction there. We did a bunch of advertisement for lead generation, hiring agents, doing commercial projects, multi-family syndications, everything you can talk about commercial or residential real estate. So it taught me a lot, and like that's how I get me started actually.
So, what experiences do you have specifically with real estate investors?
Actually, with investors, I started doing some multi-family syndication progress with the in the brokerage, and that's how I got started in investing. And then after that, of course, we gather a bunch of investors together, and I got to meet to them, work with them on their projects and all that. Then I started focusing on investing side a little bit too. So I actually focus on both sides right now. But investing part is way different than regular realtor side because you looking for either investors or you looking for sellers, which is open to sell their home as is, so you can make a sweat equity on it with just like a couple small renovations. So it's like a different progress. It's like more like business to business marketing more than business to customer marketing. And I think it have both unique ways, but I love them both, I will say.
Very good. So, in your opinion, what are some of the most important aspects of digital marketing that real estate investors should be focusing on?
I mean, so really in real estate investing, networking is number one. Everyone knows that. And think like this: you have a platform that you can reach 6 billion people in Earth, which is social media, and like that's I think it's a crazy amount. It's basically like free networking tool for everyone, as long as you know what you're doing. Of course, you need to learn and understand the marketing aspects, and you need to also be consistent and don't give up because even just like your network, it doesn't grow in one day. You to have a network, you need to join a bunch of events, meet with more people, talk to people, and the social media aspect is going to be making more content, making better content, making videos, doing advertisements, and all that.
Very good. Yeah. So, how do you seem like you have a lot of experience and knowledge and when it comes to, the back end of marketing. So how do you keep, up to date with the changes in the real estate market, and how do you adjust your strategies, in digital marketing for that aspect?
I actually not like all the other people. My strategies is very custom, to be honest, because really every real estate market in every city, every country, every area can be different. So we need to adjust like different aspects of marketing for every one of them. So let's say for your market we adjusted on more like an outreach to find more people on our end. But if it can be a Tennessee realtor, what I would do is more like advertising and branding part. So it's like you need to be inside of the business and like keep following the news every day, seeing what other people doing, try to fix. Like when you do something and you able to see the problem, you able to get better every time. So that's my deal. I always try to do something and get better at it, and learning is never ends because social media and marketing part is always growing and changing. And yeah, I think as long as you are consistent and you are doing something and you are putting your mind and effort into it, it will be way easier for you to follow the trends and all that.
Very good. Yeah, yeah. That's a really good answer because a lot of investors right now are looking into that and trying to figure out, how do I stay up in the front for, getting my leads. So it's really nice to hear that that it's it's basically a strategy that you have to like network in and you have to be up to date with, not just necessarily of the market itself, but actually the digital aspect of it too. So, so what are some common mistakes that real estate investors make when it comes to digital marketing? And how do you think that they could, avoid them?
I mean, they think like social media is just a lead generation system, and they comes up too salesy, or they come up as a too businessy. Social media is a connection platform. Even your first thing is get leads. Even with the advertisements, you still need to focus yourself being in a position of trying to connect with you and make a business with you more than I need to get this deal done. I need this funding or that type of stuff. So instead of being like more salesy, if you be more connected and if you be more helping to people, that will pay off on long time. Because it's just like networking. Social media is like a long-term game, and you need to consider the fact that that's a long-term game. Either you need to learn it or you need to work with someone who already knows it. And in my opinion, if you want to scale your social media in general, your branding, your advertising, your lead generation funnels and all that, it's always good to have some type of system, and it's always good to work with someone who is in this business. Because a social media lead generation is not your highest ROI activity. Your highest ROI activity probably finding more investor, finding more deals, or finding more whatever you want to find. Maybe you want to find a building process, you want to find a real estate agent, whatever it is, that's going to be a highest ROI for you. So as long as you focus that and outsource the rest of it, you will have a nice social media platform going on.
Right. Yeah, very good. I like the fact that you say, a lot of people think that social media is very salesy. And I've heard that very commonly throughout the community, that social media is very salesy. We want to do something that doesn't seem so pitchy, right? But like you said, it's not just about being salesy, it's about how you approach it, right? So really, really good thought there. So can you walk us through a successful case study of a real estate investor that you've worked with in the past?
Sure. Actually, I can. I already mentioned about the investors here in Toronto, so I want to mention about another investor client I have. They're in Ohio, and their thing is almost very similar to your position. So they're looking for investors list because they have some lead flow going on. So this investing part is work in the social media lead generation aspect works in the two ways. So either you want to find investors and you have some deals coming, or you have a bunch of investors, maybe even like hedge funds or something, but you're looking for more like seller side. So you need to clear out your focus and you need to be doing at least one of them good, so second one can put extra on it. If you don't have both, I don't think social media is something you should start with, or you should start with like bigger audience, bigger presence, just because it's gonna be a little bit harder for you to get there. And when we started getting some investors, I remember at some point we have over 600 people on our investors list. And whenever we send an email, we directly book 5 to 6 calls in that day. And like that was my like dream outcome. Like because after that point, only thing I need to do, keep everything updated and make sure everything is working. And they will just printing money basically with this 500 people investor list in Ohio. I was really happy. Actually, it was like one of my first projects when I started this company, and like when I see that, I will be so pleased. And I said, okay, investor side, definitely I can do something, and I can make significant amount of change on this prospect of social media. So maybe I should focus on it a little bit more. That switched the click for me.
Okay, very good. Yeah, that's impressive, Ismail. Everyone wants that kind of result, right? Especially us investors. So, very, very
But
good. So how, go ahead.
that also is not that easy. It's this consistency and long time. And I know there are a bunch of marketing companies or marketing persons giving you promise that they can give you the world, but they deliver so little. Actually, they everyone can deliver on the so little as long as they're not consistent. They just not being like upfront about it. I'm very upfront about this. I can deliver on the so little, and it will be a snowball effect in future, and you'll get a little bit more traction. Than that people who or come, they're gonna bring more people, and it's gonna be a snowball effect. And that's the deal about social media, and that's the best way to do. Because if you try to do it in the short term span, it can call you can lose lots of money, or you can lose lots of time. Try to get it quickly.
Yeah. So, I think you talked about this a little bit. So, but if you can go into a little bit more detail, what are some creative ways that real estate investors can leverage digital marketing to reach their goals, right? What are some things that they would be able to leverage?
I mean, I really trust on video marketing because people are now more integrated to watch videos more than reading or looking at pictures. So I think still like you maybe seem like everyone is doing it, but there is like very small amount of people still using the video marketing funnels correctly. So
Mm.
if you have some type of video system, it can be short form content, it can be a YouTube channel. I think YouTube channel is the one of the most important thing you can do to your business, because it is way more out there. It is like a bunch of people on YouTube on every age, because maybe investor doesn't go to Instagram, but they go to YouTube for sure, because YouTube is like a second television at this point. So as long as you have your good video marketing going on, and even it really doesn't matter how fancy or how good your setup is. It's just like how much value you can provide. As long as you can provide that value, I think you'll get a bunch of results from it.
Yeah, very good. So how do you ensure that your digital marketing strategies align with your overall business goal for an investor?
I mean, it's I like to hear their stories. I don't do like I have always when I have a client or I talk to someone, always I have something in mind. Just because in my past projects I have something going on and they work well, I kind of know how to do it again. So I'm always thinking to how can I implement this to their business. But for that, every business also unique way to run their business. So I like to hear their story. I like to see what they're expecting from this marketing campaign. When both sides is very how to say upfront about it, and both sides know what is going on, then I'll create a special strategy with using my working frameworks already. And like first couple weeks or months usually go with testing and finding the right platform, because if LinkedIn is working for one investor, for the other one it doesn't work maybe, or it just like depending on your market, depending on your city. So it's lots of testing and fixing going on. After that, when you find that ways and make it very solid, and you easy to it after that it's very easy to scale and find more people and get more social media branding going on.
Yeah, very good. I mean, the way you talk about it is, it's very important for a digital marketer to be custom, right? Because one way is not the same for everybody. And I really appreciate that because I think as an investor, it's very important that my goals are aligned with the strategy, my digital strategy, right? And that the individuals that I choose to be on that team have that same goal, right? So I really appreciate you saying that, and I think that's going to be very important for our audience to kind of understand and be able to vet those digital marketing companies as they go along and grow their business. So, can you share some tips for our real estate investors of just that are just starting to dip their toes into the digital marketing world? There's quite a few out there like that.
Provide lots of value, provide as much as value as possible to your possible connections and your followers, subscribers, whatever you want to say it. The value on internet what makes different than others, because sometimes you can think like, okay, this is so easy, I don't even have to tell you, but there's lots of people who starting their career, or even they're late on their career, they still don't know small things. So provide all the value you have. Even the smallest thing can make a difference for another person's life or their business. So don't think like this is too easy, I don't want to share this. As long as it's in your business, it's something you like to share, and as long as you share those information with the people, they will be get back to you. If you provide value to your audience, they will get back to you, and it will pay off big time in future.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I know you said this a little bit about this as well. So if you can go a little bit more detail, what sets you and Barlas Digital apart from, other marketing companies that are out there?
I mean, of course, there's two aspects of this. First of all, I did this bunch of times. I have some experience, and I have experience on almost every aspects of the investing part of real estate on social media, and also not like the all the other some I don't want to say all of them, but some of them it just like have a one project and one strategy they want to focus on, because they think it's more scalable, it's better for their business, but they don't realize actually best thing they can do to do their business is make their customers happy. And my goal is make my customers happy. I'm okay to test bunch of stuff until I find which one is gonna work better for you, because like I said, every business, every human being, every investor is unique. So you need to figure out that part first. And most of the people don't like to put the effort in, because that's the hardest part. After you get that going on, everything will be like 80% automatic, and your customers will be stay happy for a long time. So in that, that's my goal. Like I want to keep my customers happy, I want to keep long-term relationship with my customers, and like make them money so I can make my money too.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all in this to win it, right?
Exactly.
So, talking about Barlas Digital specifically, what services do you provide as a virtual marketer or digital marketer for the real estate investors? And how do you think they would benefit from them?
I mean, first of all, I need to focus on what you guys really, what the potential investor looking for to get from social media. But basically, what I like to do, I'll create a funnel, straight up funnel for you, including advertisement, organic post, automatic outreach with some AI projects I have, and other than that, it's just like basically outreach for to the investors, outreach for advertisement for investors. And I like to create a clear part of marketing, and I want to focus on one thing only when I know that's working. So until that point, I do this, I test a bunch of stuff, to find the one who is working and focus on that, go 100% on it. And I can basically do any type of social media, but like I said, it's really custom for me and it's really unique. I like this experience to be unique and to understand them. I usually like to start with some advertisements for lead generation, of course, maybe some investor, maybe some sellers, and I like to start some automated outreach, as well as some video marketing going on the side to just implement those strategies. And say I want them as much as people as possible to see us, so I want to be like omni-channel. I don't want to focus on one thing. So those are my goals and those are my services basically. As far as you can see, I don't have like clear path of line on the services because I know what is working, but I want to make it work for you. That's my goal.
Yeah, very good. Individualized type of packaging that you provide. Yeah, that's not as common out there. I think there's very few individuals that would do that. So really good to hear. So Ismail, I think you've answered a majority of the questions that we've had today for our investors. It's been a absolute pleasure to speak to you today about your expertise, being a seasoned real estate digital marketer, and what Barlas Digital brings to the table in real estate investing. But before we wrap up, can you please let our audience know where they can find you online or social media to learn more about your services?
Sure. I actually have a YouTube channel I just started a couple of weeks ago. It's called Barlas Digital. Also, I'm on Instagram as Barlas Digital, and also on LinkedIn as Ismail Barlas, my full name. You can reach me out there if you guys have any questions. I'm open to provide value. If you guys have like a general questions who is just like about social media, I'm really happy to answer it. Just reach me out.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have the information down below in the description as well if you didn't catch that. Don't forget to like and follow our channel to stay up to date on, as we continue to connect with businesses in the industry and share valuable information to you guys, your real estate investor community. And again, Ismail, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Ivy. It's always pleasure to working with you, talking with you, and I'm happy to make a video with you finally.
Vice versa, vice versa. All right, you have a great day.